Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. Welcome to your reading. Okay. Wow. Ooh. All right, so we have Leo. Leo, the energy, it squares yours. It's tough energy. There is nothing going on in Leo right now, planetary wise, but Leo. So that we're getting into either where it falls in your house or just the fact that it is about knowing and having the confidence, believing in yourself, and maybe there is a conflict about who's the boss, right? About who's the boss, either at work, it could most likely be in a business partnership or a personal relationship because we have the seventh house. The seventh house is about the one-on-one interaction, and we have the south node. And the south node says, hey, go ahead and let some stuff go. So, does that mean that you're letting go of your demands? A little bit more negotiation because we're going into Libra season, and so that's part of it. And because we are going into Libra season and the South Node is in Libra, there's a lot of energy there for learning how to negotiate. We have a new moon eclipse coming up in Libra on the 2nd of October. And this is about clearing out something so you can start something different, something new. It's a real opportunity there. And so this is about personal empowerment. I'm also hearing the heart. So this has to do with what you're feeling in the heart space. Leo rules the heart. And so when we make choices and decisions that are heart-based, but they're heart-based in that we don't sacrifice our own sense of well-being. It's something that we want to do because we feel really called to do it. And maybe on paper, it doesn't necessarily seem like the best thing, but in our heart, it just feels right. That could be coming up here too, because we're coming off that full moon eclipse in Pisces, which was trining your sign in love and romance and creativity. And so there's a lot of heart-driven energy here. Your cards are taking a long time to come out, which tells me there's a lot of thought going on in what you're thinking, even though, to be honest, there's very few swords here. And there they are. And there they are. The South Node is about releasing and letting something go. Like, you have reached the point where what you need to do is step into your own personal power and your own personal authority. And this will allow you to heal. This is about revitalizing yourself. This time is a time for you to focus on what it is that you want, what it is that you need. We have the Leo card here. Only it's an 11 in this deck. And so the action is strength. And the overall energy, we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is listening to your inner wisdom, your inner guide in this particular depiction for sure, right? And you see that full moon there, right? And so something came to you, some information came to where you were like, I really need to. So what are you letting go of, right? For some of you, you're breaking up. I can't ignore what I'm seeing here. But for some of you, you're going to stop arguing about that thing that you just can't agree on so that you can start building forward, because the relationship matters enough. Because mostly things go, but there's this thing. And so let's just say, Scorpio, that there was, like, let's say there was some infidelity, right? This is something that would be really hard to let go of. And how do you, and infidelity doesn't necessarily mean romantic infidelity. It could be that you really, infidelity means that someone broke the trust, right? So maybe you found out that your significant other was talking trash about you to your family members. Maybe you found out that your significant other has been spending money but not sharing that information with you, and you're like, wait, what is that about? And infidelity is just when someone is not totally loyal. And there's a lot of ways we can break loyalty and trust, right? And so and the problem for Scorpio, when someone breaks the trust in some way or the other, is you are already kind of a suspicious sign. You already kind of look at people like, I'm watching you, and if I really trust you, I will let you in. And then once you let somebody in and they break the trust, that's so hard, right? That is so hard. And so I feel like there's a situation where the trust was broken, and there needs to be a conclusion to that cycle. You're either going to choose the relationship and let go of the anger and the resentment. Building trust takes time, so you can't just say, oh, okay. I mean, I tried that once. It was with a Scorpio. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to stop worrying about everything, and I'm just going to trust you. And it was like 2 months later, I realized I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, nope, wasn't trustworthy at all, right? And so it's hard to repair that. It really is. It takes you can't say to somebody, I'm just going to trust you. They need to say to you, I'm going to prove to you that I am trustworthy. And then you have to give them the space and the grace to prove it, right? They have to make the decision to be trustworthy. You can't just decree, oh, okay, from now on, I'm going to just trust you without some kind of evidence that they deserve that trust, right? But I do think it's important to give people the opportunity, because we should all be evolving and growing and moving forward. And so I think you could go into the space of, you broke my trust, but I really want us to continue. And so I'm going to create this space in my heart to give you the opportunity to earn my trust back. And so to do that, you can't keep going back to and bringing up all the old stuff, because when you do that as a water sign, then you immediately feel all the same feelings again, and you cannot progress forward. And since that was an eclipse that was in a water sign, this is about releasing some emotional energy. It's about letting that go, about ending the pain of that, right? And opening yourself up to new opportunities, either within the relationship or maybe in a new direction. And this feels so much like a relationship reading. I just can't get away from it. I mean, it could be a business partnership, same deal, right? But I have a feeling if it's a business partnership and someone's broken your trust around money, that relationship is probably ended, right? But I do think that when it is a romantic situation, then it's possible for you to do this, right? It's possible for you to say, I really want this, right? Because this is a heart decision. I really want this, but and I need you moving forward to not do anything that makes me think I made a mistake by moving forward with you, right? So, okay, what do we got here? You've been thinking about this Five of Pentacles, this part of your life where you've been feeling left out, abandoned, a real sense of lack. The Wheel of Fortune in the area of the heart space is that you could tell things are changing, and being a fixed sign, you've been fighting it and hanging on longer maybe than you needed to. Not letting the wheel change, not letting things change. But I think this eclipse that just happened, it's like, hey, you know what? It's going to happen. Let's start moving forward. The obstacle to overcome is the world. This is the wisdom to know when it's time to let a situation end, right? So whether it's the anger and the bitterness that you're letting end or the relationship, you have to really decide what you want, right? Because here we have the Four of Cups. And when the Four of Cups here is the key of the situation shows up, it means the universe is offering you an opportunity. An emotional opportunity. And but the Four of Cups says, I've been disillusioned so many times. I'm not sure I want to go for that again. And this is an energy of just listless and depression. And you have the power to change that. And I think that eclipse, and as the North Node moves into your 5th house of fun and romance, that's changing. So this is a cycle that I feel has probably been going on for you for a while. Scorpios had some really rough energy for a while. 3-4 years. There was a new moon back. This full moon eclipse was a new moon back in March of 2021. So think back to March of 2021 and what kind of a cycle was happening there. Because this event, whatever is precipitating here, whatever is completing, whatever is coming to completion here, it most likely was born around that time. Like something happened then, information came through, something in that time frame, and that was when the North Node was in your 8th house of transformation. And so yes, there was something happening there, right? Okay, so well, not necessarily. If you're a Scorpio rising, it's your 8th house. I shouldn't say that. Okay, so here we go. What's transforming? Your vitality. We have the sun. This is recognizing the sun is coming up. The sun is finally, things are changing. So you have the sun here, and the sun is exalted in Leo, and it lives in Leo, right? That's its ruling sign. And here we have the strength card. And so this is reflective mood energy, though, that comes with this strength card. This is about finding the balance through reflection and the strength, and you have the day and the night. But look, they're looking at each other. That's creating this balance. There's an opportunity through the self-reflection about what was the part I played in it. How did we even get to this place? Where did I not pay attention to the road map and the road signs and the obvious signs? Where did I see things and then think, oh, that might be in my imagination. Am I being paranoid, right? And so where was my part in this? Where did I withdraw too much to not allow this relationship to grow? Where did I hold back? And so then my actions were reflected back to me, not necessarily on purpose, but it happened. And so how can I revitalize, right? How can I revitalize? And I can't help but notice, we got this wolf looking at the bunny like, I want that, which is kind of creeping me out. But it's like something motivates you. Something is of interest to you. Something gets you up out of your reverie and moving forward on something, right? There is some kind of thing but it's going to take strength and endurance, the willingness to start the journey and then to keep moving, right? So what I love is in the area of resources. This could be emotional, physical, financial, intellectual, but you have the 6 of Swords. This is moving forward into calmer emotional waters. This is definitely moving things in a direction that you want to go, right? And so this is very positive, and this is up here where you're thinking about it, but it's also your resources. It's like you can see that you can move things forward. In your heart space, you've got another sword. This is the Page of Swords. He's holding the key that unlocks the door. I think you know where the opportunity is. I think you absolutely know where the opportunity is. Are you willing to step through that door? Is it the door of forgiveness, or is it the door of a whole new opportunity of just, maybe that's the door that just lets you out of a relationship? So that business or personal, but it's something that hurt your heart. I can see that, right? And I think finances may have been involved, which makes this feels like a really important relationship. Here's your outgoing card, the 10 of Swords. You're done. Like, you're done. You're set free. You have the key that opens the door to set yourself free. This is the struggle, is accepting that this is the end of a situation. And again, doesn't mean that you're leaving a relationship, but you have to leave the attitude behind. The attitude of lack that we got going on over here. You have the Kingfisher. Prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. The Kingfisher will sit patiently and wait and wait and wait for the fish, which represents abundance and prosperity, to come to it, right? And when it sees it, it goes for it, right? When it sees the opportunity, when it sees the thing it wants, then it goes, right? So There's this little creek near where I used to live that had this. It flowed pretty much through the winter at a certain spot, and there was only open water that was available for miles, and this kingfisher would sit on the branch and just wait and wait, because eventually some fish was gonna swim by there. It would be there all winter, and it'd be there multiple years, so I'm guessing it figured it out. So you have let your intentions be known. Oh my God. What do you want? Open the door. Announce your presence. Announce your intention. Hey, I want this relationship to work, but you really broke my heart and you broke my trust. And so moving forward, you're going to have to really help me to trust you. You don't have to help me to love you, because I already do. Otherwise, I'd be gone, right? But you're going to have to help me to trust you. Or, I'm sorry, I have tried and I can't get past this with you. So I'm going to get past this on my own. So there is a choice to be made here. There is a decision. But I believe that on the other side of that decision, on the other side of this door, you find joy and happiness in either choice that you make here at this time. All right, Scorpio, that was a lot. I'm on Facebook every day where I do the astrology and I pull cards. I also started a new channel where currently I'm looking at the week and pulling cards with astrology. But there's going to be more things coming out there. I'm really excited about using that like for a little playground. And so a variety of things. I don't even want to tell you what else is going to be on there because I don't even know. And then I'm doing personal readings. I've opened up my calendar. So if you're interested in a personal reading, all that information is in the description box below. This is a big, important turning point. But on the other side of the door, there's joy. Okay, take care. Talk to you soon.